Yo, what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I want to tell you guys in this video that the more game you have, the tighter your game is, right? The less women you're going to want, right? And when I say the less women you're going to want, I'm not saying that, you only want one woman. I'm saying that when you come across women, you go out, you date women, you talk to women and stuff like that, you're going to want less women because you have more experience with women. So the more experience you have with women, right, the less of them you're going to want, because the experiences are going to teach you what you actually like, what you actually want, what you're actually attracted to, right? So when I was younger, I'm 44 years old. So when I was younger, right, and I would, go out and, talk to a lot of different women, hook up with a lot of girls, date a lot of girls and stuff like that, right? And when I was younger and I didn't have as much experience, everything seemed very new, very fresh, and all these different things, right? And as I've gotten older and I've, dated more women, had sex with more women, right, I've gained more experience, dealing with women. And then that taught me more about myself. You see what I'm saying? And so most guys haven't, dated or had sex with or interacted with, as much women as I have, right? So I've dated thousands of women, right? I've had sex with hundreds of women, right? Most of you guys watching this video have not been rejected as much as I've been rejected. Most of you guys who's watching this video have not been harshly rejected like how I've been harshly rejected. Like, I've had women, curse me out, scream at me, do all this other crazy stuff, right? And I say that to say this is that when you're out here dealing with women, you're going to go through all of these different experiences, right? But what happens is that when you have these experiences, you have experiences that, you think are really good. And then you're going to have experiences that are not so good, right? And so you start to learn, what it means when a woman is actually really, really interested in you, right? Then you also learn what it means when a woman is not interested in you, playing games, just wasting your time, right? So what happens is that a lot of guys who are naive when it comes to this game, right, they want as many women as possible because they see all these women and they think the woman is hot and all this other stuff, which I get, because I still will walk around and I see women like, oh, she looks good, and I'm physically attracted to her and all these different things, right? But the less experience you have, the less you know, right? And the more experience you have, the more you know. So as I've started to know more things, right, I started to realize when I deal with women, it's easier for me to see the things I don't like. And it's easier for me to notice the things I do like, right? And so what happens is there's a pattern of things that that happen when I'm dealing with a woman that I should not be dealing with, and I should drop her immediately, right? And then there's a pattern of things that happen when I see a woman, I say, okay, yeah, she's the type that I could continue making something happen with, right? Now, the reason why I'm able to do this is because of my experiences, right? And so what happens is that when you have these experiences, it's going to be a thing where you're going to realize and notice that the women that you are attracted to become less and less, right? And that's because what happens is that the more experience you have, the more you understand yourself, right? The more you fine tune what you really want. And then that means that excludes a bunch of other women, right? So if you're a young dude who's just getting out there, you just see hot chicks. That's your main thing. You're like, oh, she's hot, I want her. You understand? Like, I've been there, right? But then what happens is you start to date hot women, and then you're like, well, wait a second. There's something about this situation I'm not really feeling. So it's not just her being hot, right? Then it becomes, okay, she has to be hot and there has to be something with her personality. Then it becomes, she has to be hot, but it has to be something with her personality, and she has to be following my lead. Then she has to be hot, then it has to be something about her personality, and then she has to be following my lead, and she has to be doing this consistently. You see, like, other things start to add on as you are doing what you do, right? And so what happens is that when you're young, and you're inexperienced, you're still caught on, well, she just looks hot. Now, again, me at 44 years old, I will still see a woman and be like, yeah, she's hot. But then what happens is I'm like, okay, now if I talk to her and she does this, and that, I don't want to fuck with her, right? When you're young, you're not even thinking about that. You're just still focused on she's hot. So when you're younger, you'll want more women, but when you get older and have more experience and your game gets tighter, you're going to want less. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. You see what I mean? And so the thing is that a lot of times when guys think about learning game and, having tight game, they think that tight game means I'm going to get more women. No, when your game gets tighter, right, you're going to want less of them. You understand? Because there's going to be certain things you're going to see from the jump that's going to be like, nah, I'm good. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, when I was younger, I would go on a date and a girl would be late for the date. And I would still, continue to deal with her and make things happen, right? But usually what happened after that was because she was late, there would be other things that she did, as time went on that showed me that this chick was on some other stuff, right? Now that I gotten older, if I'm going on the first date and the woman is late, in a lot of cases, I'm already tuned out. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's showing me through my experience that usually when a woman is late on the first date, that means that she is not really that interested in you to show up on time. You understand what I'm saying? Even a lot of times when women are usually like a late type of person that goes to a lot of things late, they will show up on time for the guy that they really, really are really interested in. Just like if you was to say, hey, listen, I have $10 million here in a suitcase. It's for you. You had a uncle you never knew about and he died and he has his money, but you got to come here by 7 p.m. If you come here after 7, the money's going to be gone. You will be there at 5 o'clock probably. You understand? So that's how that works with that situation, right? There are times where women have said things that let me know, okay, because she said this, I'm going to keep it moving. And the reason why I knew to keep it moving was because what happened was that in the past, when I've heard similar things or the same things, this other thing occurred. So now that this woman I'm talking to right now, even though she is attractive physically, I got to not fuck with her. I don't want to deal with her, right? I had a situation where, for example, I was, hooked up with this girl and, she was cute. Everything was cool. We went back to my place. We hooked up. Right. And then she left the house. She got in the cab and then she left. And I was saying to myself, you know what? I like this girl. She seems cool. I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I would see her again. I would hook up with her again and see where this goes. Right now, long story short, this woman, when she got in the cab, she sent me a text. And she said, hey, she asked me about something, an item that was in one of my drawers in my room, right? And so I'm not going to tell you what the item was, but she asked me, she was like, hey, what's the story with this thing, this item? So I said to myself, how the hell does she know about that item? So the reason why she knew about the item was because she went into my drawer, looked in my drawer to see the item. Now, what happened was she must have saw that when I went to the bathroom and I left her in my room by herself. So now she's in the cab. She's texting me about this thing. And as soon as she texted me that, I was like, yeah, we're done. You know what I'm saying? So it went from me thinking like this is a chick that I would want to continue to see until she texted me that, basically snooping around in my stuff that let me know, okay, this is the type of woman I need to let go of. You understand what I'm saying? And as I've gotten older, I notice more and more of those things when it comes to dealing with women. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then I have to let them go. So sometimes I'm attracted to a woman and it could quickly turn like this because of my experience dealing with women over the years. You see what I mean? And so usually what happens is that if you are a student of this game, right? As you get more experience, the women you're going to want is going to decrease. You'll still see lots of women that you think are physically attractive. But when it comes down to it, there's going to be other things that you require, right? Because you have a masculine identity. Shout out to my dude, Cunningham, right? You have an identity, you have a standard, you have a structure of the way you do things. And if the woman can't fit into it, you're not going to want her. So don't ever think, oh, well, I'm gonna, step up my game and I'm gonna have, super tight game and I'm gonna be getting all these women. No, you're actually gonna be dismissing more women. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be letting go of more women because your game is getting tighter. In other words, you're going to be letting go of more women because you're going to understand yourself more, right? You're going to understand what you want and what you don't want. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. Listen, if you need any help, make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com and masculineidentitymembership.com and badboymembership.com. We got it all for you guys. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to introduce you to the massive game collection. This is 24 products that I've done over the past 2 decades, right? That you're going to get for one low price. Check this out. Now, in the massive game collection, you're going to get my audio and video programs, seminars, and ebooks. These audio and video programs include How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day audiobook, The Bad Boys Guide to Dating program, Master Approaching Women in 30 Days or Less, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, Man Up, Principles Every Man Should Live By, The Abundance Mindset, How to Date Multiple Women Successfully, The Confidence Booster, Become the Man Women Naturally Desire, The Conversation Booster, Know Exactly What to Say to Spark Attraction, The Secret Woman Code, 7 Things Women Do to Deceive and Play Games, The Simple Way to Talk to Women, What Every Man Should Know About Sex, Dating, and Relationships, and Stop Being Nice and Friendly, How to Escape the Friend Zone for Good. Now, the seminars you're gonna get are Expectations versus Reality Seminar, The Bad Boy Seminar, The Truth About the Game Seminar, How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women Seminar, The Manhood and the Game Seminar, Reclaim the Game Seminar, and Step Up Your Dating Game Audio Seminar. And the ebooks that you're gonna get are Looks Don't Matter ebook, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, The Bad Boy ebook, and 60-Second Game ebook. This collection covers everything you need to know about attracting and maintaining beautiful women in your life. This is what you're gonna learn: how to approach women with confidence, overcoming your fear of rejection, mastering conversations and how to flirt, improving your appearance and presence, dating multiple women without drama, staying out the friend zone, understanding female psychology, and much, much more. I've noticed that many men today are either afraid to approach women or have given up entirely, thinking it doesn't work anymore, right? I see a lot of videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of women saying they don't want to be approached. And then they're saying they want to be approached. And guys are confused and guys are frustrated at approaching women. And so what I've done is that I've created a brand new program, right, that is only available on the massive game collection called Approaching Reborn, to motivate you guys to really go out there and approach. So this program, Approaching Reborn, is going to give you 5 easy proven ways to start approaching women again without fear of constant rejection, right? So inside this program, you're going to learn the mindset shift that makes approaching natural and stress-free, also an approach style that drastically reduces instant rejection, and then 3 powerful ways to approach women in different situations for maximum results, and more insider tips when you check out this program. So not only are you going to get all these other programs, you're going to get this brand new program called Approaching Reborn that's going to teach you how to really go out there, approach, and get the results that you want. How much will you need to invest to get the massive game collection? Now, keep in mind, you're getting 24 products. So if you were to purchase each of these products individually, it would come up to $2,185 if you got all of these combined. But you're not gonna have to invest that much today, because from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can get the massive game collection for the low price of only $997. That's it. Only $997. So that means you're saving more than $1,000, right? Guys, let's be honest. You've probably spent more this year simping, tricking, going on dates with women who don't like you and waste your time. So now's the time to stop making the same mistakes you've been making and invest in yourself so you can get what you want out of the dating game. Now remember, you have from now up until August 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get on the discount price of $9.97. All right, because on September 1st, the price is going to go way up. So make sure you click the link below or go straight to shoplocario.com right now to get the massive game collection today.